Also, also technically cold stare. Like, I mean, granted, yes, you do get the fire rod, like if you're progressing normally, but the fact that it's just like, oh yeah, that was like a few dungeons ago. That item, yeah, you're gonna actually need that with this.
Yeah, you're gonna need that for most of the game.
Yeah. Oh,
Next
man.
is
Well,
gonna be
action.
Ice Palace.
Nice. Man, I was cleaning up my room, just dusting. I was literally like cleaning the floor, moving all the electronics, dusting them off. It took me. I was going from like 4 o'clock to midnight cleaning, and I didn't even get to my friggin' desk, which is also dusty. But man, I wish electronics. I wish static electricity wasn't a thing. So
Yeah.
annoying.
Well, be thankful you don't have a cat.
That, oh man, I am incredibly grateful for that. That I couldn't even. Oh,
Her
oh no!
fucking hair gets everywhere.
There's nothing you can do.
I still don't know exactly how a cat has that much hair.
She keeps making more hair. You blink, she has twice as much hair.
So this one's gonna be interesting because technically the two items that we need, we got the tunic already.
Right? Yeah.
And the other item that we would technically need to, if you had the cane of Samaria, we can put down the, put down that block and skip like half the fucking half the dungeon.
Oh god, you're right. Oh my god.
Alright.
Okay.
Promises progress.
Huh. Yeah. Oh my god, yeah, the tunic you were supposed to get in this dungeon, you're already a tunic ahead.
The one thing I really don't have that I could probably use is sword upgrade. Since
Yeah,
I'm supposed to at least have the tempered sword for this. Actually, I forgot to check what I forgot to check and see if the super bombs came in.
Oh yeah. The in Link's Awakening terms, you went the blue route.
Yeah. You lousy bastard.
About a year ago now, but I played through Link's Awakening again, and for anybody who hasn't played Link's Awakening, that's a great game.
That was one that I kind of feel like I didn't give enough love to when it came out. It was one that I feel like I played more later on in life.
I think, you know what, I think you can appreciate it as a kid, but at the same time, I think when you become an adult and play it, I think you appreciate it way more, especially if you do love games. Then you'll see like the sort of idea of like designing around the Game Boy, like what you were talking about. Like we had this conversation like years ago, just how like
I wanted to actually make
design...
a series on this and how the most interesting time period in my opinion is the time when the Game Boy Vanilla came out, just because how it was like one of the few times that Nintendo kind of worked both forward and backwards in game design. Forward for a game like Link to the Past, and backwards in games like Mario Land.
Yeah. Oh god, yeah, Mario Land. What a that is another amazing example. Of just like, wow, what is like Mario Land is so weird.
Mario Land is
all of the games are
weird. I always hope that the next Mario game will take cues from that. So I'm kind of hoping that Mario Odyssey has a little bit of that weirdness back in it.
I'm hoping too. It looks like it might, because like the fact that they're not like one of the things. Maybe I talked with you about this, but like I don't mind the Mushroom Kingdom at all, but I felt like they were sticking around in that a little too much to the point where it started to feel a little sterile. Like
Oh no,
it
I
is so
agree.
pretty. You agree? Okay, yeah. I was just like, I like this, but fuck, it's like I want it to be there, but I also want it to not. Because Mario to me, well, no, actually no. Mario's a lot of things, but Mario needed just. I think Mario just needs a little something different.
Yep.
A little, just what, even if it's just once, that's fine.
My favorite Marios are still the more weird ones like Sunshine and Land and Land 2. I mean, Land 2 didn't have a single mushroom. Had like Mario's house was a fucking castle. What?
Yeah, that's right. It was. That was his castle. What the fuck?
Like Mario.
I forgot Wario stole that.
You can only change so much though, so that means Mario had like fucking death orbs in there already.
Sure. I guess it's kind of like Mario's weird era is kind of a testament to, hey, it was still early on. You know, maybe they didn't have necessarily a. Well, no, they had a grasp on what Mario was aesthetically, but it was still kind of like they still were like, oh, maybe this or maybe
weird.
that.
It's weird because Mario Land 1 was developed at the same time. Developed at the same time like Mario Brothers 1 was the norm, and
oh yes,
Mario Land 2 was at a time when SMB 3 was the norm.
Yeah. So you had that's right because you had the costumes, stuff like that. Those would sort of become like a staple for the time.
Yeah. So it's kind of interesting seeing how like both games impacted. They really tried to make Mario Land 1 like a portable Mario Brothers experience.
Yeah.
To mixed success.
Wow.
I think they did good. I don't know if they necessarily succeeded in what... The game was still very, while being weird, it ran very awkwardly.
Oh, like even on the Game Boy?
A lot of ghosting issues and stuff like that.
Okay. I actually never owned Mario Land 1 on the Game Boy. I played it in another fashion. I don't remember how I played it.
It ghosted extraordinarily fast because they were trying to do 60 FPS movement with the Mario sprite that met the same like size. Like the Mario sprite in Mario Land was about the same size as the Mario sprite on a TV playing Mario Brothers, which worked for a TV, didn't work for handheld.
No, it was way too small. I remember messing up a lot in Mario Land.
Yeah, and it feels kind of like I distinctly remember the feeling of just feeling like you just like walked off a cliff, and you didn't.
Yeah, exactly.
That was because they just tried to match it for a screen that couldn't really handle it all that well.
They certainly, and then they learned their lesson, I'm assuming, and we're like, yeah, actually that didn't work out too well, so we're gonna make Mario's sprite like.
They made Mario's sprite twice as big. They made the worlds bigger in response. They had by this point, they had mastered vertical scrolling, as well as normal, which I think is extremely important for Mario games at that time. Yeah. And, yeah, just, they knew so much more about, like, making a game that it didn't, I don't know, it didn't quite have the same sense of oh shit, oh shit, oh shit.
Yeah.
That Mario Land kind of did. Link's Awakening, on the other hand, came at a time. Like by the time Link's Awakening came out, Link to the Past was already very much a thing.
Yes,
because they just fuck it. We're putting Moldorm in this one too.
Yeah, exactly. You have heard of the bell for whom the wow, okay. Now I'm trying to remember the order of the words for this.
For whom the bell tolls.
The frog for whom the bell tolls.
I have not. What is that?
Oh, okay. So this is really interesting, and I'm grateful to the people who translated this. So before Link's Awakening came out, there was this game called The Frog for Whom the Bell Tolls. It was made by the same development team as Link's Awakening, and actually, it is. If you play that game, you're going to immediately see the influence. Um, it's kind of cool. So, do you remember? Oh, okay. In Smash Brothers 4, there's a assist trophy of a boy who turns into a frog and a snake.
Yes, actually I do.
So that's the main character from that game. He's the Sable Prince, and basically the whole deal was you would walk around a map, and whenever you ran to an enemy, you both became kind of like those cartoonish dust clouds of some people fighting, and you'd wear down each other's HP, and whoever had more by the end would obviously be the winner. So obviously there were stat upgrades and whatever for that, but it was like this kind of friggin' weird experimental game that I definitely want to play through. But there's actually a character in Link's Awakening near in the Animal Village. There's this guy named Richard, and he has a bunch of frogs in his house. So Richard is your friend who's also a prince, and he's actually one of the other main characters in that game. But yeah, super weird. Definitely like a side of obviously that era that we wouldn't have known because it never got localized. Same with like stuff like Escape.
Apparently, did you know Gaming did an episode on it?
Oh, did they really?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh, that's awesome.
They've been recently getting a lot of good stuff in.
That's great.
Oh, hooray, bombs.
Yeah, at this point, unless the bow, now we're kind of not going to get anything super exciting, aside from heart pieces.
Oh, I mean, maybe, there's always a chance that the boss here could have it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh. Nice. Oh.
Those guys always find, like, the perfect ways to bounce right into you.
They really do. This dungeon I always found like equal parts interesting and then equal parts frustrating.
It's definitely...
But every room is...
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's definitely one of the more like weird dungeons, for sure.
Yes.
Like I like that you can skip most of it by just getting good getting the cane and going to this one second, because you basically have the choice of you like again. I love Link Between Worlds because it let you do the exact same thing that this game does, which is really once you get the Titan's Mitt, you can do almost anything.
Yeah. God, I gotta play through Link Between Worlds again. When that came out, I was just like, I beat it, and I'm just like, oh, I'm like hard mode. I'm gonna do everything again because that was such a good game.
So we are back to live.
Cool. Yeah. So I was telling Tom this. Apparently, the art director of Silent Hill 2, who's responsible for designing Pyramid Head, released some concept art from a Silent Hill game that was canceled in 2000. Well, he drew this in 2013, but it was a recently canceled Silent Hill game.
It wasn't PT.
It was not PT, no. Which is interesting.
Yeah, the implications of that are that's something.
Yeah. is actually still a super bummer because you have you have Kojima Silent Hill, and then you have, well, I don't know how many people were still going to be involved, but I'm assuming it's another Japanese-made Silent Hill game.
Yeah, Ito hasn't been involved in the series since 2, and he was the CGI designer for 2, and he was a.
Oh, damn! I actually really love his CGI.
Yeah, he was unbelievably important to that game.
Wow.
So, like, I'd almost be, if I couldn't have PT, I think I would have been as equally excited to have that Silent Hill.
Totally, absolutely. They, although Silent Hill has such a unique voice, I would love to see the Japanese team make another one. Because do you play all of the American-made ones?
I have not played. I never finished Homecoming. I didn't finish Downpour. I didn't finish. I finished Origins, and I finished. I actually liked. I actually kind of liked Origins. I can't lie.
Yeah, I heard Origins wasn't bad.
It definitely wasn't the best, but I mean, in terms of like being faithful to the story, like I don't think Travis was a bad protagonist. Put it to you this way, you could do worse.
Yeah.
Homecoming I didn't like. And I'll be the first to say I probably didn't give it the shot it probably deserved. I don't know. I was a real big, like, this is not, I don't know. I thought it was a little too, combat was a pain, a real, like, slog to get through.
I remember you were talking to me about that while you were playing it back in college. It sounded like they wanted there to be more of an emphasis on combat or something like that.
Yeah, and they just didn't do it good. I could tell they definitely wanted to have more of an emphasis on combat. It just didn't do good combat. A normal enemy took out nearly all of your weaponry.
Damn, that doesn't. Yeah, no. Oh wait, it took like there was durability attached to weaponry.
Yeah. I mean, there was durability, but also just like it took up almost all of your bullets just to take out a normal guy.
Which I guess, I mean, in some cases I guess that's okay because it's like, oh yeah, you want to like not kill, but if you're trying to.
That's the thing, though. They made killing much more of a necessity.
That sounds dumb. That sounds ill-conceived or ill-balanced.
I mean, the part that sank it for me was I remember going to activate. Like I had to basically. I'm like, okay, well if I can't kill effectively, I'm gonna run through enemies like the old tried and true method. And oh, by the way, this here is the room where if you didn't have the Cane of Samaria, you had to go through like a weird puzzle hell of getting the thing to drop in the right place, to go up and then drop a
That's right.
Drop a stone in the right spot, but I got the Cane of Samaria, so let's just go right to the boss. Also, I don't have the compass again, so it's more than likely going to have the motherfucking compass as its as the dungeon item.
Going off topic.
Homecoming was just it felt so. It didn't feel good to play.
Yeah.
I felt underpowered in the worst of ways.
How did it feel thematically? Did it feel weird in the right way, or was it kind of like, this isn't getting it?
The theming was actually not that bad. The story in
Yep.
Homecoming was not too terrible. Just, man, I didn't care about a lot. I didn't care about a lot of the characters, and it just had a lot of like, remember Silent Hill, remember this, remember that.
That's bad.
Which, so did Downpour, and that was the biggest failing of Downpour in my opinion.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that Downpour literally could have you go into Henry Townsend's room was just like, no, we don't need that.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah. Back hold stare. Yeah, nothing.
Well, he's got nothing, but unfortunately, I have nothing too.
Oh, that's right, because you only have the regular Master Sword. Oh.
I mean, I know he's gonna have the fucking compass, but it would be real nice if he had that bow and arrow.
Yeah.
It's gonna end up being the case where it's gonna be in fucking Ganon's tower. Like, I guarantee you. Either it's gonna be behind, it's gonna be behind, one of the other bosses. It's gonna be behind, like, the, Stalfos, or, Armored Knights.
Oh.
Whoa!
Oh, whoa!
I don't think I've ever done that in my life, ever. Yeah, I know.
That's incredible. That was... that was really cool.
Double shot.
I've never seen that. I didn't realize
you could do that? Hit more than one thing?
Do that at all.
Yeah, that's pretty nuts.
Well, actually, it is getting a little late, so I might have to duck out.
Well, let's finish this. Let's go check out Link's house. See if we have the super bomb available to us now, because this would be the temple where, if we were playing normally, that would have been the crystal where super bombs could now be unlocked. And we'll end on that.
Cool.
For all I know, there could be one, like, overworld thing I'm missing.
Yeah, sure. Actually, I wanted to ask you something else, too. Have you ever heard of a movie called Rock and Rule?
Rock and Rule sounds really familiar.
So it never got a American release until, I want to say recently. I'm probably wrong about that, so apologies if I get it wrong, but it's a 1983 Canadian animated. The animation studio Nelvana put out this movie. It was a post-apocalyptic movie where, like, kind of like mouse rat people, like kind of like mutated people after World War III, sort of live their lives in a post-apocalyptic world. And it seemed, the story is, there's this like really popular rocker who's basically, he's starting to lose popularity, and at the same time he's trying to summon a demon from hell. And it's weird. It's like, it's not a perfect movie, but it is one of the most like amazingly animated movies I've ever seen.
Let's go check that
it's just
out.
like from that. Yeah, please do. It's actually like almost. There are multiple people who have it on YouTube right now. But like, yeah, if you see it in any way, shape, or form, it's really good. They get some really amazing musical and voice talent. Like Iggy Pop's music is in it. A bunch of other songwriters from that time. And it's pretty cool.
Oh, cool. Okay, I'll definitely check that out.
Nice.
Before we go, one real quick thing in the title screen, because we're playing on the Japanese version. I don't know, how often have you ever seen the Japanese title screen?
I have not.
Where, I guess we could just reset. Well, actually, very quickly, let me save the game just in case. But the title screen for the Japanese version of this game it doesn't have that background. It just has the Triforce come in.
That's crazy.
And Super Famicom Zelda.
Triforce and the dogs.
Yep.
Yeah, wow.
All right.
And, like that background I associate so much with the game.
Yeah, and for me, it's the sound more than anything. It's that little shink.
Yeah, shink. Yep.
And I'm like, wow, the Japanese never got that. Interesting shit. All right, well, I want to thank everyone for coming out. We will should be an update to the Gravity Rush thread in a day or two. We kind of took a week off because of PAX. We'll be hitting that back with the vengeance, and we might pick this up next week and see if we can finish it off and find where the fuck that bow and arrow is.
I'd be down for that. Thank you for having me on again.
Yeah, thanks for coming on. Oh, always a pleasure. All right, catch you guys. Catch you guys later.
See you.